Hello everyone, welcome back to the next video. In this video I will show you how to create a control center widget in native iOS application. So let's get started. Now I have created a simple application of native iOS using UIKit, but if you want you can use Swift UI as well. The control center code which we will be writing will be completely in Swift UI, so don't worry about it. Okay, so once you have created a project, what you first thing which you will have to do is change the minimum deployment target to at least iOS 18, because as far as I know, the control center widget was just introduced in 2024 for iOS 18. I'm not sure if it is backwards compatible. I don't think so, but anyways, you can give it a try if you want to. Now just first go to our view controller. Basically what we will do is, now inside your control center widget you can't use any Swift UI widget whatever you feel like. There are only two control center widgets. One is button, second one is toggle. In this particular tutorial we will be looking into the button code. Now what I will do is, I want to track how many cups of tea I took during a day or during a month, whatever it is. So we will be storing that particular count inside user defaults. So if the user want to increment that particular count from our app, they can do that, but they can also do it from our control center. So that's what we will be looking into. First I will write the code for our app. It's pretty simple code. This is just a practice project which I have created, which I have opened in VS Code, so don't get confused. So firstly I'll copy some code, then I'll explain it to you guys. So I'll just copy this entire thing, okay, and I'll paste it over here. So as usual we have a UI kit, we have our view controller. Here is our label to display how much tea intake we have taken, tea or coffee, whatever you want to call it. Here is our button, and on click of the button the value will start incrementing. Here is our user defaults key. So we require a key, right, to store key value data. So that's why this is the key. You can give it whatever name you feel like, but make sure you use the same name on the control center widget side as well, which I will show you later on. Then here we have just created our label, like set some text alignment font. Here I have set some title for our button as well as some click listener to it, and here we have added both of them to our parent view. Then here I have just done some NS layout constraints, and here I'm just calling update label as soon as our view loads, so that whatever is the value present inside user defaults gets updated. Then on our button click I'm just using user defaults. Now you can't use user defaults dot standard, you have to use user default suit name, because we need to access this user defaults from control center widget as well. That's why we can't use user defaults dot standard. Now what I'll do is, here I will just enter my own app bundle identifier. So group dot whatever is your bundle identifier. So in my case I can just copy this and I'll paste it over here. So this is the bundle identifier which I have, group dot whatever is your bundle identifier. So we get hold of our user defaults, whatever is the value we get that current value, we just update it by 1. If there is no value then it will be 0 for the very first time. We just update it by 1 and again we save back it to user defaults, and we update our label, call the update label method as well. And here is our update label method. Again we get hold of our so I've just updated the bundle identifier, we get hold of our user defaults, we get whatever is the current value present inside user defaults, and we just update our label. That's it. That's how simple our view controller is. Now next thing, given that we are using this suit name, we have to go to sign in and capabilities, click on this plus capability, we have to add an app group as well. Now let this app group build. So here you can see it is updating provisioning, so this will take a little bit of time, but in the meantime we can just click on this plus button and again paste our bundle identifier. So group dot whatever is our bundle identifier which we have used in our code. So I will just use this and click on OK. So here you can see it is using this bundle container ID or app group container ID, whatever you want to call it. Next what we'll do is just click on file, new target, search for widget. Here is our widget extension, click on next, and here you can give whatever name you feel like. I will just give it as my iOS widget. You can give it some proper name, and here we don't require live activity, so you can uncheck that. We require the control, so make sure you check this include control, and we also require the include configuration app intent, so make sure these two checkboxes are checked. Then just click on finish. then it will do all the setup for us, so we don't have to worry about it. Just click on this activate button as well. Once that is done, again go back to your project, go to your widget extension, again click on plus capability, search for app group, click on add, then click on this plus button again, and here again paste the same thing what we have done it for our main app. So group dot whatever is our bundle identifier. Now don't copy the bundle identifier of our widget, because our widget's bundle identifier also have whatever is our parent bundle identifier dot widget name. We don't want that, we just want group dot whatever is the app's bundle identifier. So be careful with that and just click on OK. Then okay, here you can see this has also been added. Now this is the starting point. No, sorry, not this. I think this is the starting point, my iOS widget bundle. Now we have to concentrate on this my iOS widget control. So just go to this particular file. Okay, and here you can see by default they are using this toggle widget. I don't want this toggle widget. I will just comment this out, and we also don't need this particular thing. Okay, because this is the toggle widget functionality, I'm not interested in that. So we require a button, right? And here you can change the name to whatever you feel like, maybe something like tea intake, and change the description to whatever you feel like, tea intake control center widget. Yeah, name it whatever you feel like. Okay, then here we have to use a Swift UI control. Now like I said, you can't use any Swift UI control. Here you can see for toggle it is using control widget toggle. Similarly, again I just go back to my practice project to copy some code. So over here, and here I will just write this control widget button. So this is the widget which we have to use for our button. Now inside your button as well, you can't just take any random Swift UI widget. You can only take a text as well as image, at least for iOS 18. Maybe in future they might allow some other widgets as well, but at least for iOS 18 this is the only thing which we which they allow. So here you can see our button will have a text which will display the number of tea intake which the user has taken. So this value will come from user defaults. So we have not defined this user defaults, we'll do that shortly. And here I have just displaying one image. Okay, and here we are getting the value from user defaults, right? And this action is our button click, what happened on our button click. So this logic will be the same what we have written inside our view controller to update the count inside user defaults. Also here I will just change it back to my app. Okay, now firstly we have to get hold of our user defaults. Again I'll just go back to my code over here, and I'll just copy something, and sorry, come over here. I don't want Android Studio, I'll quit that. And here at the top you just have to write this. Now again this should be your own bundle identifier. So my bundle identifier is little different, so I will go back to our parent view controller. So this is the bundle identifier, right? So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. So this is the user defaults. We are getting hold of our user defaults. This is the key, right? Stored number. So same thing we had used inside view controller as well. So same thing we are using over here as well. So this error is gone now. So this error is gone. Okay, so here we are just getting hold of our user defaults, getting that particular count. If the count is not present, we just give a default count as 0 and display it inside our text. Now we need to get hold of our increment intent. So for that we have to create a separate file. If you want you can write this in this file as well, but I don't want to do that. So just right click on your widget, new empty file, and name it as increment intent. And again come back to I'll just come back to my practice project. You don't have to do this. I'll just copy some code and show it to you. I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. I'll remove this whole thing. So here firstly you have to create a file called increment intent. It extends from app intent. Here is our localized string value. Again this can be anything. So this is what I have given, increment t intake. This again is the same key of our user defaults. So this particular method will get called automatically once you click on your button. Now again we have to update this particular bundle identifier. So what I'll do, again go back to my code. So this is the bundle identifier, right? So I'll just copy this and I'll paste it over here. So again same thing we are doing. We are getting hold of our user defaults, then we just check whether it has a value or not. If yes, then we update the value, and again save back to user default. And here we just have to write this return dot result. Okay, now I will just run my application. Hopefully this should work. I have not forgot any steps, I guess. So once the app is okay, so the app is almost ready. If you have any other suggestions, like currently I have just incremented it, like integrated with user defaults. If you have any other suggestions, do let me know in the comments, and I'll try my best to make tutorials on that as well. Okay, let's just like I'll just edit this part out because this takes a lot of time. So once the app is ready, I'll come back. Okay guys, so here is the output. Now what I'll do is I'll just click on this increment button multiple times. So here you can see now the value is 5. Now what I'll do, I'll just move this app to the background. Now okay, so I will just display our control widget. Now this is from my old app. So what you will have to do to add a control widget is just click on this plus button at the top. I will remove this. This is from my old app. Okay, so you will see something like this. Just click on add a control, and here you will have to search for your app. So this is my app, right? So I'll just click on it. Here is now don't click on anywhere else. You can just drag this from the side as well. So here you can see the number of t equal to 5. So something like this also the user can do. Now you can press on anywhere. Here you can see now this is our control widget. If I click on it, here you can see value has changed to 6. Click on it again, value changed to 7. Click on it again, value changed to 8. Now if I just go back to my app, now if you remember, my app is still in background. Okay, but we are updating the label inside view did load, so this will not get updated. So you will have to restart the app or move the update label code inside view did appear. So if I restart my app, here you can see value is 8. If I change this 10, it is level. Our widget is not updated because this was not part of the tutorial, but here you can see it is still 8, right? But in our app it was level. But if I now try to increment it from here, the value will directly jump to 12. So here you can see. So hopefully you got the point. That's what this is. If you have any suggestions or issues, do let me know in the comments. Happy to help. Thank you for watching. Bye.